No sorry though with this third and fourth pick themselves. Actually gonna go for a Jakiro. Not really a hero that makes that many appearances in honesty. When 7.31 first came out, he actually like skyrocketed in popularity. He was being picked fairly often, but as you know, after the B patch, after the C patch, people just haven't really prioritized him all that much. So yeah, he very rarely makes appearances. But still, he does get grabbed right now. Obviously, with the long-range Ice Path stun that he has, it's going to be a way to cancel both the shackles from the Shadow Shaman as well as stop the Mortimer's Kisses. So I think that's probably the main sort of idea about why they went with it. Going to pair it in the lane with a Juggernaut as well. So you'll have the Dual Breath, Slow, and Dot, as well as the Spin from the Jugger, which is actually going to be quite a nasty amount of damage that racks up. So I think the Shadow Shaman, if he is a pos 4, might have a little bit of a rough time. Obviously, because of the spin, the Jugger have magic immunity. The Shadow Shaman can't just like drop a Hex and run away. He will just get ran at, especially with the slow of the Dual Breath on top of everything else. So it feels like, yeah, it's going to be quite a deadly safe lane here from No Sorry. And we'll see what Nemiga's now going to grab up fourth. They might just grab their carry right now because they know what their late game position 1 matchup is going to be. So, you know, it doesn't really make too much difference about grabbing it now, and then it stops some of the major sort of heroes getting banned out in the final 2 ones there from No Sorry. So, wouldn't be too surprised if that is what they do. But which ones would it actually be to go up versus a Jugger, though? That is the question. And Nemiga just decided to go for a Tiny. Fair enough. You know, Juggernaut spin doesn't do anything versus a carry Tiny because those physical right clicks are absolutely disgusting. Will shred the Jugger to pieces before the spin can even finish. And then it feels like just a wasted bit of time for the Juggernaut because he can't do anything else. So I do definitely like that pick. Especially when later on, you know, the Tiny's eventually going to be building a Silver Edge. Then the immediate initiation onto the Jugger with the hit and then the Avalanche. There's not going to be any way for the Juggernaut to respond. So I quite like it. Definitely feels quite strong this time. So both teams leaving the mid as their final pick. I mean, there is a very small possibility that Nemiga could actually play this Tiny as the mid for Monreal and then grab a completely different route for Kiritich. Yeah, no sorry to take away the puck. So they're pretty confident it's a mid laner, and yeah, I agree. It feels like the most obvious sort of choice.
5 seconds remain.
So what do Nemiga actually need as their mid laner? It feels like they sort of need some initiation right now. They don't really have anything. I mean, eventually, you know, the Doom will have Blink, the Shadow Shaman will have Blink, so those would be, I guess, their main form of catch to actually initiate these fights. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe they might still benefit from like a Storm Spirit, perhaps. It can feel kind of awkward playing a Storm into a Skywrath Mage because that Mystic Flare, the Ancient Seal Silence, sorry, is very, very awkward to play up against pre-BKB. So if Nemiga did go for the Storm, it would have to be a very early Black King bar pickup for sure. Obviously, no sorry, they've got to pick up their mid laner before that.
10 seconds remain.
They've got decent initiation themselves. The Mars will obviously be getting his blink for like the Arena Spear, and then the Mystic Flare on top. So maybe they just want some extra control, maybe a way to keep people inside a tight area to really make use of the Macropyre coming out from the Chikiro. And you've got 20 seconds of reserve time to actually work with. Not a huge amount of wiggle room here. I mean, the Storm Spirit's actually good for themselves. Obviously, you've got to be careful of the Doom ulti, which can screw you over. They actually decide to go for the bat, which I quite like. There's not really any clear safe mechanics so far for Nemiga to whoever does get caught from that flaming lasso. I mean, like, the Shaman can jump forwards and, like, hex up the bat, hold him in place and such, but there's not really any way of, like, an aphotic shield or anything like that to just immediately disregard the ulti. But Nemiga do decide to pick up the Queen of Pain there from Monreal, which is just a general lane counter versus the Batrider. Not counter in the way that, you know, the Batrider's going to have a horrible time, he's going to get controlled out, but Manic shouldn't be able to go for any sort of solo kill play. Like, Mariel's just going to be able to blink back to his tower every single time those napalm stacks start to rack up too high. And yeah, you can disengage quite easily. But who am I actually preferring going into this game? I feel like Nemiga's probably still my favored pickup team right now. The chosen one, if you can land Doom on the Juggernaut before like spin or anything like that, Dream's gonna have a really rough time. Even the physical damage from Kiritich is gonna make his life a real misery. He's got a good form of control and initiation, you know, Hex Shackles, the Mortimer's Kisses, the Cookie Stun as well, Avalanche Toss. Definitely a lot of means here for Nemiga to hold people at bay and just burn the hell out of them. So, yeah, I think that's who I'm going to be leaning towards. Unless, of course, this Skywrath and Mars start popping off and then just, yeah, continuously look for kills non-stop and just burn everyone away from Nemiga. The only downside is, obviously, with this combo, it is a lot of burst damage, but the Tiny is one of the tankiest heroes in the game and really can survive that initiation every single time. So I don't really think Kiritich is going to be too bothered by that, unless there is going to be some serious follow-up from the rest of the squad. But, you know, only time will tell. Lanes always play a very big part about how the outcome of the game actually comes down, so we will see what happens. But yeah, we are now in game number 1 between No Sorry and Nemiga for the East EU DPC Division 2 game. And yeah, we'll see who comes out on top. Also, I want to thank you guys for watching, because we all know there's a major going on right now. We know that everyone would prioritize that, but you guys, you're choosing to come watch a bit of the DPC here. You want to see how this turns out, and we do appreciate it. And immediately, actually, No Sorry, going for this smoke maneuver, 4 heroes wrapping around. Who are they going to bump into? There is actually already an Observer Ward placed, so when this smoke breaks, Heaven is going to get all the information in the world. They see exactly what's going on, and yeah, he's not going to get caught. Backs on out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, they're pinging out. They think there's a ward up on this high ground, but obviously, nice placement there. We'll get, you know, make sure that ward does not get taken away. Meanwhile, this obs did get scouted out, where Dream went behind the tree. More lags. Always good. So does anyone have a spare sentry to deward that? Yeah, they've got one here for Black. He's going to put it up there. That's going to be easy bit of extra gold for him.
The quest for ultimate glory continues.
Free deward. Very nice. No, sorry, they're going to just try and disperse back to their original positions right now. But they actually might even try and contest here for this bottom bounty rune. Mariel's getting a few of these napalm stacks put up on top of him. Slowed from the concussive shot. They're going to try and charge on in. He's so damn slow, and this Queen of Pain is dead. Obviously taking Shadow Strike first. Didn't have the opportunity to just blink away. And that is a very nice first pick. I mean, I'm sure they have liked to given it over towards Manic, even the Juggernaut. But regardless, getting a kill onto the Queen of Pain is always a good way to start, as well as getting 3 out of the 4 bounty runes. It's going to be a very, very nice, sizable chunk of gold to start off with. And Van's Court, is he just going to lock up all the camps? Alrighty. Obviously, he's always super strong versus a Bat Rider, as you know, he'll make plenty of stacks there, then he'll go for the Napalm Firefly play and then just farm both the camps very, very quickly. So it's a heads-up play there from Vanscore to take that possibility away. Still in this lane, I think Kiritich, he should be alright getting all of his CS that he requires, as long as if Vanscore is always there to make sure that Yon just doesn't freely harass away. But obviously, it's a dangerous game for Vanscore because he can just get got on right now. Like last hero, just poking and prodding. And it's already a sizable amount of damage. And they don't actually have any salves right now. Do have a dump load of tango, so eventually you will just heal back up. Yeah, this mid lane I feel like is just going to be a complete wash. Obviously, Monreal's just going to be chucking out the Shadow Strike harassment every now and then. And Manic can't really get too much done with the sticky napalms because, yeah, Monreal's going to be able to blink away every single time. Just completely negates the hero. Can he get one more hit before the charges wear out? He does just about. Keeps those ones going. But meanwhile, Yond at the top lane gets hit from the avalanche, and they do bring him down. Kiritich getting the final hit as well. Bit of extra gold there for the pos 1 of Nemiga. Even going to be able to get this pull off. But okay, might have been a little bit upset. I think Vanscom actually he was prioritized getting the stack for when he goes for the second pull, which is fair enough. No, definitely helps control out the creep wave. Ooh, talk about control. Manic actually forced Maril there to TP back to his tier 2 tower just to avoid the Firefly play. Obviously, level 1 blink cooldown is extremely long. 12 seconds doesn't give you much wiggle room. And down at the bot lane, we're applying a fair bit of pressure there to the Chosen One, but still, the Dooms are tanky, man. They were able to chuck out a lot of damage onto Black in response, but there is going to be the little healing ward from Dream. Eventually, this pos 5 Jackie will heal back up. Always feels nice. One of the best things about having a Juggernaut as your pos 1, he's a fairly strong laner, especially when you do have a decent hero paired up with him, like either a slow or a stun, to really make good use out of the Blade Fury, which he has now got level 2. And Heaven, oh, he's going to be into real danger right now. Oh, actually, Dream not deciding to fully commit to try and go for that kill. I guess he probably would have missed out on a few CS for doing that. Always prioritize the creeps. Meanwhile, last hero is just poking onto Vanscore, actually. Did have a spear up, but choosing not to quite go for it. It's very rare that you see the pos 3 put such a priority on harassing out the support. Meanwhile, here at the bot lane, Black does die. Chosen One, oh, Dream. He didn't quite commit for the final right click. With the damage mitigation, it probably wouldn't have been enough. Maybe if he had the Blade Dance, he would have gambled to see if he got a crit. Regardless, pretty nice there from Nemiga. Get a free kill onto Jakiro. Obviously, you're going to have to expend a few salves and such to bring the Doom back up to a healthy point. Meanwhile, the top lane, Vanscore, gonna have to turn around the shackles, but yeah, he knows he's dead. Kiritich just having to watch as his support dies. And Queen of Pain is still 4. Obviously, once he hits 6, it's going to be a pretty powerful point for when he can start making some rotations. Look for those potential pickoffs. Still, no one's really getting hindered too badly. It's actually quite rare that both mid laners are the bottom of all CS, which, yeah, does not happen too often. Generally, they're normally quite high up there on the top, but yeah, they're both screwing each other over an equal amount. Fair amount of denies, at least, there from Real, so hindering some of the experience flow towards Manic. Like, he's just hit his 5, whilst Monreal, he's about, just over a quarter of his way past his 5. It's not like it's a huge difference at all, but it's something. Meanwhile, ooh, nice toss there from Kiritich back into tower. Last hero shackled, taking a few hits. One more ether shock and a couple of right clicks, and they bring down the Mars. Very nice move. Makes a bit of extra space as well here for Kiritich to keep his farm going. He's about to actually have enough money as well to buy out his power treads. Chosen One just slowly running at Black. Obviously, with the frost attack, that slow is really annoying. Cookie forwards, they're going to get on top. He's actually just saving the Infernal Blade in case Black decided to go for a TP. They're not quite going to do so. Yeah, just slowly runs him down. Meanwhile, actually, Yond gets a solo kill there on towards Vanscore inside the Roche pit. Maybe the Shaman was trying to deny himself, perhaps? Not quite sure what happened. I think the Shaman is coming over to try and guarantee the 6-minute room, and Real jumps forward as he grabs the invis. Yond wasn't actually close enough, and Real, he actually breaks the invis as soon as he gets it, so now there's a potential turnaround. He's got blink up in a couple of seconds. Vanscore's there with the control. They got another scream. He didn't use it! What? Why didn't he use the scream? What? Oh, Manaki still dies. Why was he running that way? I don't even know. Seems like a few little mistakes there, unless I missed something really obvious. Yeah, eventually the Bat Rider does die. Just made it seem a bit more awkward than you would normally expect. Meanwhile, Dream, he's in some danger. He's already used his spin, so in comes the Cookie forwards. He tries to dodge it. It's not going to be enough, and he will just get slowly right-click down. Heaven actually getting the final touch there. So pick off onto the enemy jugger. 0 and 1 and 1 on himself. Gonna start forming a rift now, I think, between these two POS 1s. I mean, their CS is pretty similar. But yeah, the Tiny, where obviously hasn't died and he actually has a kill to his name, just allow him to have that, 300 gold extra bit of advantage. Black is constantly pursuing the Chosen One right now, but yeah, I think he was trying to delay him to see if Dream could get involved. Fortunately, the respawn time just slightly too long. So Manic just now leveled his Flame and Lasso, so the rotation capabilities are there. Meanwhile, Monreal, a full level ahead right now. So might be able to use this to actually press his advantage in this lane, make it a bit more awkward for Manic, or even, just go for rotation himself. Actually, who needs to rotate when people can come to you? He's coming in for the backstab. Monreal. He's not even jumping forwards. Okay, he just knew that some sort of rotation was coming out, and it looks like Heaven, yeah, he will get punished for this one. Yeah, it feels a little bit like a debate situation. Yeah, it doesn't quite work out for Nemiga, but hey, no, sorry, they get a free kill. Even secure the Arcane Rune there for Manic. Kiritich just happily doing POS 1 farming things, getting nice timings on all of his minor items, going straight in for the Moonshard, which is just very common nowadays for POS 1 Tinies. He'll be able to farm up some of these stacks, which has been lovely made for him there by Vanscore. Actually, he doesn't even decide to finish up the camp. He just wants to run back to the tower before he misses out with any lane CS. We do see a two-man smoke here, Monreal and Vanscore. But maybe this might be like a Roche play, but obviously still only 4 on the Shaman. Instead, they will find Yond as he was making a stack, and unfortunately we'll get caught. Oh, nice Mystic Seal immediately. That was fantastic. Quick fingers there coming out from the Skywrath Mage. Now Manic, he is getting controlled right now, but there is going to be the arena. They even get the spear connection onto Monreal. He was not expecting Last Hero to get a backstab. And 2 easy pickoffs actually make it 3. As Chosen One dies on the other side of the map. Heaven is on his own right now, but I don't think there's any way they can catch Yate. He just straight up TPs away. But yeah, in very quick succession, 3 kills across the board there from No Sorry. Gonna help make a bit more space, especially hindering the Queen of Pen in the mid lane, which is always a big one. Manic, which I assume he's going for the bots first, only about 300 gold away, so just around the corner. So these guys might be making some sort of smoke play. As Yond was saying hello to Kiritich in his jungle. Making sure he knows he's not alone. Always under threat, no matter what. Yeah, Vanscore really needing this this tome. Still only level 4 at 10 minutes in. I mean, it's not uncommon for POS 5s to be pretty underleveled, but still, I think level 5 is where you would aim to be at. But he has been moving around quite a lot, as well as actually dying 3 times, so, it just happens. You can't always hit your bang-on timings. Every game is different after all. Now Black, actually just soaking up the XP here in this bot lane. Actually got 2 fluffy hats. I mean, he has got 2 heads after all, so it does make perfect sense. That's how Black plays, He realizes what hero he's on and picks the items just out of aesthetic reasons. I mean, he has a pair of boots. I suppose he has feet. But yeah, you can excuse the boots as well. It works. So quite a calm has settled around the game right now. No one really trying to make any sort of moves. Vanscore is just desperately trying to get to his 6 right now, so then he can have his ult and go for the Roshan play. Actually, talking about plays, Manic and Yond moving up into the jungle. I think they were trying to hunt for Kiritich, but He's actually moved himself into the triangle. Instead, looks like a bump into Heaven. Actually, the Arena gets committed there from last hero. Shackles as well, holding them all at bay. Nice silence immediately stopping those Mormon's kisses right now. But Heaven's still in some real danger. Cookie forward. Going to try and keep himself alive for as long as possible. But the Chosen One just TPs out. Yond attempting the same, but too much control for him. So as it stands, it's literally just a trader position fours. But I think No Sorry are happy because you force out quite a lot of rotations there towards the top lane, make a bit of space for Dream to carry on farming up, even pressure the tier 1 in the mid lane a little bit. Ooh, Kiritich actually getting caught there in the mid, Flaming Lasso, finding the opportunity to take out the enemy Pos 1 there. Very nice move coming up from No Sorry. They're going to try and pressure this tier 1. Obviously, the healing ward, keeping the creeps alive for a bit longer. And yeah, Nemiga just not really wanting to commit any heroes to try and defend it. So there's a bit of extra space now for No Sorry to play with. Easier access into both the triangle and jungle. But once again, yeah, just hunt the Tiny. I think every single time that Flame of Lasso's off cooldown, that is going to be their play. Smoke with the Skywrath Mage and the Mars, and it was just like this perfect killing trio. Always going to be hard to survive that. Yep, we do now see this Roche Blade. Vanscore finally hitting his 6. Straight on into the pit here with the help of Unreal. And yeah, just to give away the Aegis here for the Queen of Pain. Oh, I thought if Vanscore got bashed then, that could have been awkward because that would have been a huge notification. This is going to... Instead, they actually just scan it. And No Sorry, they're in the perfect spot to abuse this. Munreal and Vanscore, they're so low. Munreal just dies to Roshan. He gets the final hit, and they're just going to give away an Aegis for free. What a fantastic read coming up there from No Sorry. Even going to pick up all of the Serpent Wards as extra farm on top of that. An absolute disastrous turn of events there from Nemiga. That sets them back loads. I mean, they do give the Aegis to Dream. I think they probably could have given it to the Bat Rider, in all honesty, as obviously he's going to be one looking to make the moves a bit earlier rather than Dream. You know, he's got the Battle Fury, he just wants to farm. But maybe he felt pressured to just quickly pick it in case the Serpent Wards actually denied the Aegis, which would have been actually a really big play. So it makes sense, you know, just right-click, pick it up as fast as you can.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant have fortified their structures against
The tier 1 top is eventually going to drop. Help with the next creep wave. Yeah, we'll bring it down. Nemiga trying to do a similar move. Lactus dropping the Macropie here to push the creeps away. Keep this one going for as long as possible with Vanscore. We tried to get the dive underneath the tower. Black is Courier Micro. He does not even care about it potentially dying there. Just like, yeah, whatever. Just let it run in a straight line. Actually, just the Jakira using that Macropire forces everyone from Nemiga that was here to just disengage. I guess they just thought some people from No Sorry might have been lurking in the trees. Now, 2k gold advantage at 15 minutes here. It's, you know, it's not like it's a massive lead, but just a very slight advantage so far for No Sorry to play around. Obviously, Jug at the top of the net worth, which is actually quite impressive when you consider he's up against a Doom. And a Doom with Hand of Midas to boot. Like, it's very, very impressive, yeah, to have a higher net worth at this stage of the game. I mean, I can understand it if the Chosen One got absolutely dumpstered at the bot lane, but he only died once. I guess his CS wasn't too great. Wow, that's actually something you do not see. Manic has the lowest CS of all the cores on a Bat Rider. Extremely rare. But, you know, while I'm waffling on about CS, Vanscore dies. They're even going to go for the grab here onto Kiritich. The arena gets dropped. They're going to be able to get the grab onto this Doom eventually when this Tiny dies. Or really, he's staying alive for a really long time. He will eventually fall. And the Chosen One, he come on in to try and help out. All he ends up doing is feeding away another kill. Triple there for Yond. This Skywrath Mage is having a fantastic game right now. Only 500 gold off of his Blink Dagger. And then he's just going to be even more of a menace, right? It's so many ways of finding pickoffs. Manic has moved himself extremely aggressively into the dire jungle. Vanscore's going to find him. Even has dropped the snakes, the Mormon's Kisses from afar. Manic Gonna try and run away, but this is too much damage. Really nice move coming up there from the support duo of Nemiga. I mean, it's not like it's the most valuable kill in the world. Like, you know, it's still a decent amount of money, but because Manic is actually quite underfarmed compared to the rest of the cores, it's not the worst loss in the world for No Sorry. Still Kiritich, he's got that Moon Shard online. Unfortunately, couldn't actually buy the Ag Shard straight away. Obviously, having a couple of deaths in a row now does hurt his item progression a fair chunk. Still needs another 360 gold. Is never nice. He just feels like there could be a potential gank coming the way he's huddling underneath this tier 2. I guess they don't really have that much vision out on the map. They've got one outside the Roche pit, and they've got one in the Radiant jungle right now where they can spot out the Mars. Still, a lot of question marks on the map about the location. The majority of No Sorry. Actually, yeah, they tried making a move down towards the bottom of the Doom, but again, this ward just about spot them journey and cross. Leon just wants to finish this blink. Should have it after killing these final 2 creeps. Manta Style also just completed for the Jug, so they're all getting items at pretty much the same time. Even Black about to finish off his 4-staff. So very strong timings right now coming out from No Sorry. We'll see how they're going to be able to use that or not. Obviously, Dream, his Aegis is about to run out, only 10 seconds. EKB completed for the Doom as well. So even Nemiga coming online roughly the same time. BKB as well for the Queen, so just pure magic community coming out here. Obviously fantastic at avoiding all of the damage from the Jakiro, from the Skywrath. You could walk out the arena. The only things it does not help versus is obviously the Flaming Lasso and the Omni Slash. So there are still means here for No Sorry to deal with it, but it's definitely going to help. Now, they want to try and use these items while they can. Moving in this 4-man smoke maneuver, but unfortunately for them, No Sorry already vacated the vicinity. No one shall die today. So I assume the Russians still another 2 minutes 10 seconds. I don't think either team feels really pressured to take that like as soon as it spawns. I think both of them would, you know, be sort of happy to keep trying to accumulate farm onto their position ones. Kiritich on the way towards his BKB, but still a fair chunk of gold off. Like 2,800 gold. They're not going to get it anytime soon. Meanwhile, the Jug, who is very comfortably top of net worth, 3k ahead of Kiritich. At just 20 minutes in, is a sizable chunk of gold. Got his Manta, got his Battle Fury. Does have Skadi and Blink Dagger queued. Not sure which one he prioritized, but Manic actually just getting ran at here inside the river. 3 heroes and Nemiga on top of him. Down goes the Bat, who has now just completed his own BKB. Magic community absolutely everywhere in this game. Even Last Hero, extremely close to his own. I think then the only cores that won't have a BKB are the 2 position ones. Like, everyone else has one. And about to see if Dream is going to buy this out. 2, 1. Yeah, okay. So he wanted to blink first. Even though obviously it was in the front of the queue, sometimes, you know, people don't really pay heed to which order they queued something up. They'll just chuck loads of items on there. It looks confusing as hell to me whenever I see it, but clearly these guys know what they're doing. It's a very interesting sentry wards. You know, obviously it does scout the high ground, but also blocking the camp at the same time. You know, you got to take away those valuable small camps at 21 minutes into the game. That's where all the golden experience is coming from, for sure. get your advantage any way you can. So another smoke move, not really finding anything at all. No, sorry, just sort of taking charge of the dire triangle right now. Yeah, the net worth is actually slowly slipping back into the favor of Nemiga. Just, yeah, as these last few minutes of downtime has occurred, just bit by bit, it is favoring Nemiga. And we're just playing super cautiously. Kiritich still needs another 800 gold. Is it 800? Yeah, 840 for his BKB, which I think is the only thing they're waiting for right now. Like, despite the fact that the Chosen One and Unreal completed theirs up about the same time. Yeah, just don't feel comfortable without having that advantage there for the Tiny. And nice decision making there from Unreal. Most people would be baited into picking up that regen, but he just decides to deny it. Okay, actually, no, he doesn't have a bottle. If he had a bottle, I think he would have taken that bait and tried to pick it up, in which case he would have died, but there you go. Just because he didn't have that 600 gold item actually saves his life. It's funny how Dota works sometimes. Still, Roshan number 2 has now respawned. No, sorry, are here with quite a lot of people, so they are ready to take this fight if it does happen. Nemiga are a little bit more spread up. Well, Last Hero running up to the high ground right now, but it is daytime, so I think Nemiga see him coming. They're just waiting. Maybe they feel like Nemiga wants to go for another snake play, perhaps? Like, straight away to try and get that second Aegis? And it's going to start it. Dream's hitting away. Obviously, I think because it is daytime, I think they just about saw the Juggernaut slip his way in there. Almost kisses raining in. Lands a couple of hits there onto Dream, because obviously the Roshan did bash him. The Chosen One in. Nice man to dodge there of the Doom ulti. So the Chosen One's BKB has just sort of been wasted right now. No Sorry still going to come in right now. The jump force of Last Hero does get the arena connection, just traps in Vanscore, and they immediately take out the Shadow Shaman. He has a buyback, and I think he's going to be forced to use it. Nemiga can't just afford to give away this Rich for free, but Unreal! He gets caught from a fantastic Ice Path, deleted in seconds, and now they are forced into a 5 versus 4 situation. I mean, they've got Doom still. They've actually dropped the snakes as Last Hero is trying to get the grab of fan score. The shackles get immediately cancelled because of the silence. The Shadow Shaman is just gone. Meanwhile, Kiritich, he's on top of Black. The 4-staff, though, down to low ground, keeps the Chikira alive. They drop the Doom on towards the Bat Rider, and the final tree toss just about finishes the kill. But still, it is a 2-for-1 exchange here, favouring No Sorry. But despite the fact that they have the hero advantage, they just do not feel comfortable going into the pit. I mean, yeah, Black super low. Yond did actually have to TP back to base to regen. So no capabilities to keep the push going. There was also technically a dieback there from the Shaman, which is why he was dead for so long in the second part of that fight. But the Queen of Pain is back, ready to get joined in yet again. But maybe both teams just going to wait for like BKBs and always to be back off of cooldown. I mean, I say that and Dream just runs straight back into the pit again. Last Hero is going to help out. And no vision whatsoever here for Nemiga. Completely in the dark about this. So there should be Aegis and Shard going into the hands of No Sorry. No, I assume they just give the Shard over towards the Jug, right? It is kind of nice for the Mars, but having the blade spin attack is always really good. Nemiga, though, they decide to get involved, but it's too late. Immediately, Maria was just gone again. The spear into the Mystic Flare, too much damage. Vanscore completely separated. Nemiga, they just took too long to decide to make a play, and then they just end up feeding away 2 kills and still lose the Roshan on top of that. Yeah, it's not looking good. 7k gold advantage now here for No Sorry. 26 minutes in. And look how farmed this Jug is compared to everyone else. 5k ahead of Kiritich. He's about like 1,500 gold-ish or so away from having a completed Skadi, which would be extra nice. And Kiritich did obviously complete his BKB before the last fight. Got his Blink queued up next as well, so he'll actually have a means on getting on top of like the Skywrath or the Batride or the Jakiro. Those are going to be his 3 main priority targets. Maybe the Jug to some degree if they can like catch him with his spin on cooldown or something like that. Actually, talking about getting caught, Kiritich, he does get found. He drops the avalanche, but it's not enough to save his life. They even commit the Omnislash, but look how tanky this Tiny is. He just takes all of it on the chin, TP's out, and he's like, see you later, guys. I ain't having any of this. So, you know, you force him away. You also force him to use his 8-second BKB, but Manic had to use the same himself. Meanwhile, in the mid, the Doom on last hero, he is gone. Even the Snake's getting dropped here for the tier 1 tower, which should eventually fall. So Vanskor will die. And yeah, the tower will actually survive. I think he changed the priority to attack the Jug's courier, trying to get that kill. So maybe those 2 extra hits or something might have finished it off. But no, sometimes killing couriers, I think literally killing a courier at nearly 28 minutes into the game would be more gold than killing a tier 1. So if he's thinking about it that way, 100% makes sense. No, sorry. Look like maybe they were thinking about going for a tier 2, but they do disengage, and quite rightly so, as Nemiga show up en masse to defend it. They're just going to start splitting instead. Manic going to constantly shove that top wave. Scan actually does connect over the high ground. They see a few members of No. Sorry, Drim actually blinks in aggressive right now, but the BKB is getting popped here from Nemiga. They're trying to focus on towards the Jakiro, who gets the 4 stuff down to low ground. He should be able to make it away. Actually, no, never mind. Monreal's there. He jumps forwards. He drops the ulti. Last hero is there. The Mars Arena spear connection. Monreal gets traded for a position 5. Not at all how he wanted that to go down. No, sorry. Very happy about that exchange, especially with the fact that more BKB charges were actually expended there from Nemiga. Tiny held on to his at least. Yeah, just another exchange going in the way of No Sorry. Poking and prodding onto this tier 2, but it's still pretty healthy. I don't think they're about to find the kill. Meanwhile, we're talking about finding kills. Manic just lurks around, finds the chosen one, chilling in the trees. He's like, guys, they have to have a ward here. That's the only reason I died, but it's just not the case. You just got caught. And another one. Heaven even drops. Nemiga are just crumbling at the seams right now. Just dropping hero after hero. Even TPing down to the bot. Maybe they're thinking if they could got a catch onto like Vanskor or Kiritich perhaps. Not quite the case. Meanwhile, the 3 cores from No Sorry. Just going to keep this push going. Whacking onto the tier 3 at the top lane. There is a buyback for the Doom. Queen of Pain now respawning. Maybe Nemiga can mount some sort of defense right now. But with this double damage onto the Jugger, they should be able to at least take out the melee barracks and retreat. He's actually going to hang about for the range. This doesn't even look like they're going to get punished for it. They get a whole entire set of barracks pretty much for free. And this is looking real diabolical. Even Yond, he's got bots with, you know, Blink Dagger and a Veil of Discord coming out from your Pos 4 Skywrath. This man is pretty damn farmed right now. Having a very nice game. And Dream, he's just going to keep the push going, hitting onto the second tier 3. Obviously, still has the Aegis for another 27 seconds, so he doesn't even really care if he gets jumped on too badly. Going to drop the spin, but even still, the Chosen One in there. He's got the Doom connection on towards the Mars. He's not going to be in the arena this time round. He's trying to get on top of it, but out comes the Omnislash. The Doom is just dead. At least last hero should get traded away. Black Ops gets deleted from the Tiny. Focus there above. Dream, they might just want to wait. He's Aegis about to run out. They're like, don't hit him, guys. Don't hit him. Just wait a couple of seconds. We can find that kill. Dream's desperate to die. He's not going to be able to do it. Actually has to try and run away. And because he doesn't take any damage, he's still going to get the full regen there off of the Aegis. It was a nice attempt there for Nemiga not to net that free kill. But unfortunately, they fell back just a little bit too far. But, I mean, as it stands, it's a 2-for-1 trade, but it cost them 3 BKBs, and they still lost their tier 3. So yeah, 6 seconds. I think they're all on 6 seconds now here for Nemiga. Not too comfortable. Meanwhile, still 7 for the Mars, 7 for the Bat, and the Juggernaut obviously hasn't got one. Maybe at some point he might decide to build one, but maybe not actually. Obviously with the Shard now that allows you to hit whilst you're spinning, it's not quite as important as it once used to be. Still, next Rosham 2 minutes away potentially. And yeah, again, I think that's just going to be the next objective in mind here for No Sorry. Just going to wait for it to be up and then go. I say that, and they actually decide to go for a smoke play themselves right now, drawing lines to go in towards the dire triangle, where Nemiga are actually starting to head back on into. They might just get caught from this. The scan not going to be there from Nemiga as it was there, but actually it just about connects as Dream gets involved. And immediately they're just in full retreat right now. Does anyone get caught? Last hero is going to be there. He just immediately decides to target on towards Vancor, take away the Shadow Shaman support. Dreams on top of Kiritich, going for the TP out. Oh, what a cookie there from heaven. But he still actually gets the grab. Is there a basher? There is online for Dream. Kiritich falls. He could not disengage. Buyback from the Shadow Shaman. It looks like Yont might die, but he doesn't. The Snakes will actually get the final touch at least, but still, they lose the Queen of Pain. No Tiny, no buybacks. The Chosen One, he's going to get caught as well. Ice Puff denying the retreat. The Doom is a goner. And I think that could just be GG right now. Vanscore, the only survivor here for Nemiga, he is also going to fall, just diving past the tier 4s, and they're going to go for this ancient kill. There is 2 buybacks. They're not even expending it. Are they waiting for something? I don't even know what. Maybe they're just like doing a bit of discussion right now, thinking, right, what can we change for game number 2? How can we adjust on how we took this fight or took these games? Oh, just the silence straight away. The Chosen One couldn't even get the Doom off. Hey, yeah, look at that. Just straight away, they dropped the GG once that happened. So, No Sorry. They take game number 1 here in this lower bracket, best of 3. Fantastic way to start off the series for them. It seemed very, very dominant and one-sided. I mean, the lanes weren't too bad for Nemiga. Tiny had a good time. The mid was sort of like a draw. I think, yeah, Monreal even actually got a kill onto the Batrider at one point, but regardless, No Sorry just played so well around each other. Like the setups for the Mystic Flare, the continual catch with the Flaming Lassos and such. There was just no room for Nemiga to do what they wanted to do. And yeah, just a pretty damn easy game from them. Hats off. So that is obviously game number 1 done, guys. Hell, I thought I got rid of that. Delete. What was that still there for? Yeah, game number 1 done, guys. Very good game. It was very entertaining. Obviously, a little bit one-sided, so, you know, don't quite get as much back and forth as you would normally like. But you never know. Nemiga, we'll see what they have learned from that game and how they're able to adjust and take it into this second one, which will be coming up in just about 10 minutes. So if you want to stick around, watch more of the East EU DPC. Don't go anywhere, guys. More games to come. So I'll see you in just a few minutes.